My primary thoughts on the Cierra Q&A are the cognitive dissonance, the mental gymnastics, tinfoil hat on, that Nicolandrians, those people, to be like, Nick doesn't owe Cierra anything. Nick doesn't owe her anything. I don't live in a we don't owe each other anything world. That's one. So we are probably not going to agree in general. But the other thing is, y'all are so desperate to keep that man from any type of criticism because he's essential to your fantasy around Olandria. You need him as a utility. You don't even like him. He's just a tool. He's just a tool in Olandria's story for you, and so you want to protect him and absolve him, which is great for him, great for his career, but use your most basic empathy, common sense. Common sense. Treat others as you would like to be treated. Would I like it done to me? Would I like it done to you? Would I like it done to Olandria? Would I like what Nick is doing to Cierra? Would I like it done to my sister, to the women in my life, to my friends? No. No. For a man to have an intimate, sexual, and romantic relationship with them, close it off for multiple weeks on national television, global television, and then to discard me like nothing and ghost, can't even be like, hey, basic communicate, like basic, like, hey, it didn't work out, whatever situation, so on and so forth, I'm wishing you the best. Damn. I have homegirls who, if a nigga goes to them after the second date, we'd be like, that nigga's an asshole. That motherfucker's an asshole. Let alone, we dated for multiple weeks and he ghosted me, put him on a wanted poster. Basic empathy, like basic, would I like it done to me? Would I like it done to Olandria? Would I like it done to any of the women in my life? No. No, it's not even gendered. Would I like it done to anyone in my life? No. Because it's a fucked up thing to do. Y'all are talking about, she's doing too much, she blocked his sister. Y'all have blocked people for less. Y'all have blocked people for less. She's doing too much. TJ got out the villa and made 3 TikToks a day for 4 weeks straight about Pepe and Iris. What? Go to TJ's page right now. You'll find Pepe and Iris's name quickly and frequently. And people clap and they cheer and they applaud. They say, oh, what a great sense of humor. Cierra does one TikTok trend. Y'all are tripping. And I get it. Cierra talks like she runs a nonprofit. I think that shit is kind of annoying too. Just because I've worked at a nonprofit, I know how those people talk. I'm around actors and artists and creatives all day. I know how those people talk. Sometimes that shit is annoying. I don't give a fuck about your rose quartz or your crystals. I don't care about your jade. My bad. But anyway, it's just clear that around this romantic situation with her and Nick, which I'm not even sure that she's trying to get him back. I'm sure she just wants like the basic respect, the humane respect of, hey buddy, you've been in my guts multiple fucking times. You described our sexual relationship on national television to your friends and to millions of Americans, like for multiple episodes. The least you could do is call me. It's basic decency. I think that's what she's looking for. I don't think she's trying to get back with that man, so on and so forth. And she can say that. You're always talking about, see, Taylor doesn't owe, Nick doesn't owe Cierra anything. So why were you mad at Taylor? If it's Love Island, nobody owes anyone anything. It's all just about finding a connection. That's what Taylor did. That's what Taylor did. He doesn't owe Olandria anything, right? But you see how it's not, you're not even looking at the pieces on the board. You're bending the rules for the people that you like. And you know, what's also weird to me is that I go to the comment sections and these people like, they're like, you're not supposed to be posting. What happened to your social media break? It's almost like when when you play an imagination game with a child and you break the imaginary rule to this child's imaginary game and you do something and they're like, no, you're supposed to not do that because I use my magic to make you dead. That's what it seems like when I go to this comment section, these comment sections of people who are in Cierra's comments on a platform where people get paid for engagement. People get paid for engagement. People get paid for engagement. You went all this way to tell this girl you fucking hate her. Block her. You have to block her and move on. Are you okay? You're not okay. It's deeply parasocial. It's strange. But also the tantrum of like, Cierra not bending to the will of the people and playing by their internet rules of being canceled. And it's upsetting to you, because I think it's upsetting to these people because they realize they're not actually in control of something, which is probably what more of this was about all along, right? No, you're supposed to, you shouldn't be posting, you're canceled. Oh my God. Okay. The other thing that I do want to say while I'm here is people keep being like, Huda's not with her baby, Huda's not with her baby. I get where people are coming from. I kind of question who actually has primary custody of her baby. But at the end of the day, too, I assume she's working. I assume that she's traveling and that she has a series of very lucrative opportunities that she's pursuing. And that being said, go get that money, girl. I wouldn't tell you to stay home and be with that baby and stay broke. I would tell you go get that fucking money. It's better for the baby in the long run. But that girl needs to pay college tuition. Maybe out of state, maybe at a private university. I'm thinking about the baby's future. She wants a bounce house at the birthday. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, like, her holding hands with that man. Who is that man? He just watched you on TV, and then a day after knowing you, y'all are holding hands publicly? That's neither here nor there. But aside from that, if she was an actress, if she was a musician, mommy's doing another Marvel movie, bye. Like, I'd be like, go, yeah. Mommy's on a world tour with Beyonce, yeah, go. And your kid can't sleep on the sleeper van. She can't come on the bus. She can't fly. She can't fly in the PJ, you know? So, assuming that Huda is doing lucrative work or that she's being paid to be where she is, there are parents that work away from home all the time. I can't really knock her for that. It is a long time to be away from her baby, but I'm not going to litigate the inner workings of her household like that. This is a bonus portion of the video because I assume that everyone who's made it to this point is really locked in with me. Can I be safe here, guys? Can I be myself? Between you and me, don't tell anyone I said this. Between you and me, Cierra and Olandria are friends. They refer to each other as, or they were friends. They refer to each other as friends throughout the show. Maybe not best friends, but they say we're friends. They clearly have a relationship and a connection in the show. It's like the three of them, Shelly, Olandria, and Cierra. They clearly have some type of chemistry. If I had to build a trio out of the show, that's the trio that I personally would build. That's what I saw. If I had a friend that I shared this once-in-a-lifetime unique experience with for multiple weeks, a friend who was one of the only people who could understand what we went through together inside that villa, a friend, over a man? Not to say that Olandria can't be with Nick. Of course she can be with Nick, but you can't call me over a man. We don't even have to talk about that. You can't be like, hey, girl. Hey, how you been? Miss you. Thinking about you. Word? You can't text me. You can't call me. You can't say hi. We don't have to talk about that. We can't talk at all. And the center of the conflict is this random nigga who is slutty. Anyway, me personally, I'm also like a little bit like, hey, Olandria, that's your friend. Isn't that your friend? Shelly called her. Because her and Shelly are friends. All right. That's just between us, though. That being said, Cierra, I don't want to hear from you on this subject again. I don't want to hear from you on this subject again. Close the chapter. I'm done. Let's move on.